YouTube, it is RainingCardGames, and welcome back to another episode of Atlantean Chronicles. It's episode 22. Quick recap from last time. We ended on a 2-1 record. We started our hunt in a new set in Magnificent Mavens for some much needed extra deck support. Slowly but surely we're getting there. I think now the deck is really starting to mesh into what I want it to be now that we're going with the Umi route. But we still need to strengthen that extra deck. There are still some targets that I have that are missing that are not fully complete. I'm looking at you, totally awesome. I already have the Bahamut Shark and everything. So that's what we're going to go into today. Surprise, surprise. But before we go ahead and do that, if you would always be so kind, like, comment, subscribe. Excellent. Now that that's out of the way, into the product. Please, I just want a toad from this set. That's all I want. That's all I need. Ah, yes. There we go. Alright, that's one box out of the way. Now! That box went farther than I thought. I threw it. The next box. Ah! Now, here we go. Don't need these. Ooh, Sky Striker Sky Striker waifus. Anyway, what I really want is a totally awesome. I want a totally awesome. Blue eyes, thick thighs. Keldo, that's cool. Woo! Shizu support. Therion the Duke. Magistas, and yeah. Well, Tyrallaman Atlantean? That work? That a thing? Can we make that a thing? Please don't. Totally awesome. Ah! Yugioh the Ancient, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, Dark Soul Token, Elder Entity Intis, that's cool, but oh my god! We pulled my beautiful froggy man! You make Bahamut Shark live now. You, my friend, are a good boy. Oh, yes. Sprite, please don't ban him if you ever become tiered again. And Traptrix era. Witchcrafter. Stuff. Should I go back? Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign Shenying. That's actually not bad. And Mizuki. Good card. But we've got what we pulled for. So everything else now is completely extra from this set. Pendulum Call. Ghost Girl. Story thingy. Trailer of the Bull. Witchcrafter Heine. Kagari. I don't know. Yeah, this is totally awesome. We can now have easy access to Toad because of our Bahamut Shark, which we have pulled now multiple. I'm going to be using the OTS tournament pack version because it's shiny. Sword Soul Strife, Stratus Long Yun, Daki. That was a good box. Onwards to the next box. I have no idea what that one could provide us, but we'll find out. Number 93, Gravekeeper's Trap, Therion Duke, Sword Soul Sinister Sovereign, and Taya. Cool. Onwards. Also, I realized this is a water, so even if we get locked into waters, cool. Millennium Eyes Restrict, that's a good card. Surgical Striker, Beautiful Princess, that's cool. Dark Soul, and another Intis. So we have a full playset, thanks also our Maximum Gold one. That's a full playset of Intis, although I think we've moved past the Dogmatica Punishment tech, because I now have extra deck space that I need to fill with good cards. Last pack. Ice Dragon's Prison. There we go. Another Yugioh. Cool. This is so far a really good pack. Another Shenying and a Mizuki. All in all, wow. Great 2 boxes. But that first box provided me with the elusive, totally awesome level 2 Aquas, but I can cheat you out with Bahamut Shark. Oh, a very valuable Omni. Excellent. I know what I'm going to put in the deck this week. Finally. You know how long we have tried to pull a totally awesome? We've gone into maximum gold for the gold rare version, which arguably should have been easier. Nothing. We've gone into the 2016 Megatins. We've gone into... Mavens has finally given us not only some really good cards for our side, actually all that, but it's given us the totally awesome. This means our Bahamut Shark is now live, which means now we have a very solid rank 4 to go into besides going into Abyss Dweller. Yeah, the number 101 is kind of just there because we can go into it via Abyss Shark. It's our only number water monster, but this is amazing. This is incredible. With that out of the way, I think now with the new tool at our disposal, it's time to duel.
Playtime is over. We're going second against Dark World. The new structure deck did give this deck a bit of oomph, but my opponent didn't open the best hands, and I have a couple of options. I end up choosing to go the Umi route versus the Mermail route. So because I obviously don't have lethal on field, I figured I may as well let's lock this down with Kairu Shin and a Jellyfish Negate, and sure enough, that is enough to seal game 1. Game number 2, we are going second once again. However, a well-placed Ash Blossom makes my opponent scoop, so we sweep that one up 2-0. Now we're going up against Naturia. This is a solid rogue deck with the nude support, and Naturia Beast? Nat Beast is a house that I cannot get past, at least not with the cards that I have available. Potentially if I could draw something to get my Megalo online, but unfortunately my opponent is able to synchro up the Verone. I scoop up. We're just going straight to game number 2. I don't open the best of hands, unfortunately. I'm really hoping that my Kairyu-Shin's Dark Reef can help me get into the game with Fortress Wheel, which can hopefully pop some of his field, and I can put some pressure. Nat Beast does hit the field as well as a Barkion. Luckily, Fortress Wheel deals with the Nat Beast, so if I have Umi, I can get it online, or Fury of the Kairyu-Shin, which can get me Torrential Tribute. Hopefully, I'm able to stop his synchro plays before they get online. But, they're building a bit of a board. They have a couple of back row that I still have to worry about. I try going up into a Great Bubble Reef that gets hit by a Solemn Strike. Extremely unfortunate. Called by the Grave on the Kraken. Interesting call. Not what I would have done, but to each their own. Barone hits the field. That forces me to Torrential, so they negate it, but luckily Barone's negates offline. I try to protect with Fear of the Kairyu-Shin, but the Sunflower negates and deals with me. Now I have to face a Barkion, and I have 2 dead cards in hand. If I draw a Legendary Ocean, it would have fixed it, but unfortunately no. So we go on to game number 3. Kashtira for hire. Yeah, it's a very interesting combination, but to each their own. Folgo draws 3, so I guess that's pretty good, and Kashtira cards are obviously going to be the new meta by the shape of things after the ban list. I try to pop off with Mermail Abystius. They negate it, luckily taking the bait, giving me free reign to bring out my Deep Sea Diva and Atlantean Prince, and then I start to see my opponent draw advantage, including an Exodia piece. I guess that's the flex spot, but when Folgo can draw you 3 cards like it's nothing, I can understand the logic behind that. Not what I would call ideal, but we're able to go up into an Aura Whale, doing a bunch of damage, but we're 100 life points off. The Abyss Scale deals with the Fenrir's effect, but unfortunately, I am out of interruptions. I'm now just sitting on a bunch of big bunguses on my field, while my opponent can swarm the field. Folgo hits the field. Dinah banishes some cards, and I'm still patiently watching, and there it is. Unicorn can deal with 1. There goes my battle phase next turn. I get cleaned up, and unfortunately, a Legendary Ocean is not the card I needed. Game number 2, we're going first this time around. No interruptions, so we're able to slowly assemble a board. We have Abystius hit the field. Our Atlantean Prince line gets us Megalo. Along with discarding the Atlantean Dragoons, we get extra advantage. Abystius lands on the field. We're slowly ripping cards, climbing up, and my opponent just scoops. They do not want to see any more. And game number 3, they open 2 Exodia pieces and a Tikaboo. Now, interestingly enough, Tikaboo does not hurt me entirely because I have fish, I have sea serpents, I have aquas. So I opt to go the Megalo route. Maybe I should have gone with the Umi route instead. But fortunately, after getting some damage, Coral Anemone allows me to access my Umi side of things. I lock it up with Kairyu-Shin, and that claims the match for us. We are now 2-1 for today's episode, and honestly, I cannot complain. The deck performed where it needed to. There were a couple hiccups in terms of consistency with drawing a couple of bricks. Granted, I did side some cards out, so there are a few things we need to address, but all in all, I'd say I'm very happy with the deck's performance.
I'll take that. I will happily take that. 2-1, another winning record for the day. The Naturia matchup did highlight some things that I'm trying to still... Yeah. We do have sometimes the tendency to brick. However, that was game 2 where we sided out and ratios were altered, so we'll probably have to tweak the deck a little bit more, see if we can't get better draws that can get us more to start and recovery play once we've passed turn 2 and 3. So that's something from the future to explore. I am very looking forward to explore with all of you, so I will catch you in the next episode of Atlantean Chronicles. Sail away.